2, 3, 4. Hello and welcome to another lesson how to avoid bar chords. This time we're concentrating on standard bar chords. In this example we use the C chord, the C major chord and the F major chord. First of all we start with the C chord. Normally you would play the C bar chord in the third position with your index finger, your middle ring and pinky are in the fifth position on D, G and B, and your index finger is also in the third position on the high E string. Which means you push down 5 strings with one finger, and 3 are already pushed down by your middle finger, your ring finger and your pinky. So what do? We don't play the A string, we just play the D, the G and the B string. A very simple way to grab it is with your index finger in the fifth position on the D string, with your middle finger in the fifth position on the G string, and with your ring finger in the fifth position on the B string. And it sounds like this. That's an easy bar chord played without a bar. There's another way to grab the chord, and you do it with your middle finger, your ring finger and your pinky. Your middle finger goes in the fifth position on the G string, your ring finger in the fifth position on the G, and your pinky in the fifth position on the B string. Sounds exactly the same, of course, but that's the way to play it. We can also do something similar for the F chord. Normally you would play it in the first position with your index finger on the low E string, your ring finger is in the third position on the A string, your little finger is in the third position on the D string, and your middle finger is in the second position on the G string, leaving your index finger also with the B string and the high E string in the first position. But your index finger actually pushes down 6 strings. You don't have to use it. We also have the small F chord with a small bar in the first position on B and the high E string, your middle finger in the second position on G, and your ring finger in the third position on D. A lot of people also have problems with that, especially when you're just starting out. So what you can do is the following. Don't play a bar. Your first finger is in the first position on the B string, your middle finger in the second position on the G string, and your ring finger in the third position on the G string. Also look at the diagram. And you play only these 3 strings. The D, the G and the B string, which is similar to the C chord. Which also is played over 3 strings D, G and B. Very important is to dampen all strings you do not play. So in this case you don't play the low E, the A and the high E string. You can dampen them with your fingers. If you play your C chord with index, middle and ring, your index finger can dampen the A string and your ring finger dampens the high E string. The same goes for the small F chord. Your index finger dampens the high E string and your ring finger dampens the A string. So when you play it together, we start with the C chord, 1 bar, then 1 bar F, 1 bar C, 1 bar F. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You also have the possibility to extend these chords a little bit. When you play the C chord, you have to grab it a little different because we need the index finger. In this case, you play the D string in the fifth position with your middle finger, the G string in the fifth with your ring finger, and the B string in the fifth position with your pinky. Your index finger goes in the third position on the A string. Please notice that I'm not playing the high E string. I'm damping it. The advantage is that you also have a bass note underneath your chord. If you don't have a bass player, that's always nice. So that's a small extension to the C chord. With the F chord we can do something similar. You start with the normal position you have, first finger on the B string, middle finger in the second position on G, and your ring finger in the third position on D. Then you move your ring finger in the third position on the A string, and your pinky goes in the third position on the G string, and you play all 4 strings. It sounds a little fatter, I would say. It's also called a fat fifth chord, because I play the C as the lowest note. This would be the F chord without the C. This one is with the C. Playing in a strumming pattern. When we combine the two with the bass notes in it, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might see my thumb going over the neck. I don't grab the E string, the low E string with my thumb. I just can't do it. If you can, it's always nice. I can't, so I don't do it. I just use it to dampen the low E string. Well, that's all for now. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you again with more avoiding of bar chords. Bye. 2, 3, 4.